Today's Sunshine Note is titled, A Staredown with Death. While Jesus was still speaking, some men came from the house of Jairus, the synagogue ruler. "Your daughter is dead," they said. "Why bother the teacher anymore?" Ignoring what they said, Jesus told the synagogue ruler, "Don't be afraid, just believe." Mark chapter 5, verses 35 and 36. I looked down at the still form of my son Caleb and thought he was dead. He had fallen 10 feet from a slide and landed flat on his back. He let out one earth-shattering scream, then turned blue, passed out, and stopped breathing. His open eyes stared vacantly, and he was completely motionless. Frantic, I began giving him rescue breathing while Greg called 911. On my knees on that cold ground, desperately trying to breathe life into my precious child, I silently pleaded for help. "Don't let him die, Father," I begged. "Please, oh please, God, don't let him die. Help me." An eternity later, Caleb began breathing again, opened his eyes and moved his arms. We rushed him to the hospital and the plucky little fellow turned out fine. That terrifying day reminds me of Jairus' frantic push through the crowd to find Jesus and desperately plead with him to come to his house and heal his dying daughter. He knows that if Jesus doesn't help, she will soon be gone. But instead of coming right away, some crazy woman who's been bleeding for years interrupts Jesus. During the time he wastes healing and talking to her, the girl dies. Servants come and tell Jairus to leave Jesus alone, for his daughter is dead. At that, Jesus gives his memorable command, "Don't be afraid, just believe." A tall order, to be sure, at a hopeless time like that. What did Jairus think? We know that Jesus went with him to his house, and after removing the mourners who laughed at him, Jesus raised the 12-year-old girl back to life. Once you saw a man raise the dead, it'd be easy to believe anything else. We don't often choose believe first. Our first response is usually fear, and that's so very human of us, isn't it? Jesus knows that while we should have complete faith in him, many times we're just afraid. That's why he tells us to choose faith, to decide to believe even in the presence of terror when all hope is lost. It's an intentional, calculated action that we can opt for over fear and doubt. I don't know what you're afraid of today, but whatever it is, let those words of God echo in your ears. Just believe. Choose faith, even when it seems crazy. May God bless you today.